Okay, take a break. We can continue figuring out what to do next. When you're more alert. Right, break's over. Yeah, let's go along this. Oh good, we've bypassed all the guards.
Remember when this was just a dream shared by a few angry Lord Trevor Pendant, neglected youngest son, bullied by your brothers. Martin, such a clever man, his talents wasted until he found his fate. This is all Martin's fault. We hadn't helped Corvo get out of prison. Corvo hadn't been so damn good at his job. We hadn't gotten greedy, afraid. Always too sure that was the problem. Never hesitated. Too sure of what I wanted. Too sure of what I wanted to do when other men stopped to consider. Saw it as a weakness. I know Corvo's coming for me just like he came for the others. Crossing the island below like it was nothing. It's only a question of how and when. I'm lacking a countermove. It's all fallen apart. All the stuff that led us in that sense. When I was young, I went to sea, took command of a ship, and made aimless men into sailors. Made a collection of boats into a navy. Then founded a conspiracy and almost led an empire. No compromise. Never showed mercy. Never showed weakness. I showed the world what mattered. Will and vision. And not being afraid of getting dirty. And now, I'll lose it all to a man with a faster sword hand. Or is it that he has a slower sword hand? There's something wrong with the world. It'll make a good story for the history. I'll have a good epitaph. In his time, he commanded a noble lord, a high overseer, and empress. The man who brought down a tyrant, Admiral Hiram. Son of the high ocean.
Right, let's get on with it.
Did you think I'd fight you, Corvo? Sorry to disappoint. This is yours. The key to Emily's cell. She'll be glad to see you. You made quite an impression on her. Did you know that? She asked about you constantly. Where you were, what you'd been doing. I told her. In the end, I told her everything. From the start, when we had such noble goals in mind, to the end, when we were afraid, fighting in secrecy about who we could trust and who we had to kill, arguing over who would act as new Lord Regent. And she listened, eyes wide. She's become an interesting girl. If she lives, she'll make a memorable empress. Go ahead. Kill me or take me to Coldridge Prison. Make your choice. She'll be watching.
You don't need to deal with the other two.
done such things. Cowardly things that I'm ashamed of. How could anyone ever forgive us? Would they? Even if things are better? No, that's not how it works. Once the bureaucrats step in, everything gets muddy. If anyone ever knew, we'd all lose our heads for this. So no one can know. And could we ever control Emily with Corvo around? That's the question that sticks in my mind. We need to make our final move, and we need to make it cleanly. No loose ends. Only a few in the know. The ones with the most to lose.
So he suspects that the relationship was close between you and the previous Empress. Yeah. But Emily's your daughter. Yep, and Lord Pendleton and the former High Overseer are definitely dead. Yeah. You chose the right path. Now, let's free Emily.
Who is that? Admiral Havelock? If you don't let me out, I'm going to make you stand in a corner until you learn how to behave. Corvo? Who's there?
Oh yeah. You need a key.
Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
I tested it out after I've recorded this, and as soon as you take the key, he won't go down without a fight. Not one killing spree. Something's wrong, isn't it?
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin I will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is, with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension, comes a golden age, brought about by your hand. And decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.
Although it appeared that Dunwall was recovering from its 6 months of hell, there are still some loose ends to tie up. At least according to my readings. I shall have to investigate this after all the data has been processed. Suffice it to say, there are still some loose ends for me to tie up in this universe.